Hi there, my name is Adam Boxer. I'm a science teacher in North London. I'm also one of the co-founders of Carousel Learning, the exciting new web program that will enable you to set retrieval practice quizzes for your students to improve their memory and long-term retention at home. Now, obviously, the site isn't completely finished yet, but we're going to be rolling out what we've got so far to early adopters over the next couple of weeks. And I wanted to show you the really cool functions that we've managed to put in at the moment, because what we've got so far will enable you to set a quiz for your students, and then in due course, more awesome stuff will follow. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up the website. We'll provide you a link for that. And then you're going to either sign in or create your account. So my account I've already made. It's following my email address. And it's just going to ask me for my password. When you sign in for the first time, it'll ask you to create a password, it'll ask you for your name, it'll ask you for your teacher name, i.e. it'll ask you what you want your students to see you as, and it'll ask you for what school you're a part of too. So I'm just going to pop my password in there, and it's going to take me to my homepage. This is my dashboard. So on my dashboard, I've got three main areas. I've got my quizzes. These are the homeworks that I set. I've got my question banks. These are the banks of question that are in Excel form that I've uploaded. And I've got classes that I've made. And what I can do is I can upload some questions, I can create a class, and then I can set a quiz based on questions from the bank to the class. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll quickly walk you through that process. It's very simple. So I'll start with a question bank. So I've got a question bank here, which is my Year 8 quiz. And you can see that I've got loads of questions, loads of answers, and I've got the question number, I've got questions, answer, and topic. And it's important to use that format. You have one tab, 4 columns, number, question, answer, topic, and that's it. You don't need anything more than that. So create new. So first I'm going to upload that file, which is the Year 8 quiz. What's the title that I want it to be called? Year 8 Science Quiz. Subject is science, and I could leave it there and just save it, and that would be enough. But you can see there's a button here that says private and global. So global it means that other people can access it. So if a colleague of mine at my school or a different school wants to access the quiz that I've uploaded, I need to upload it globally. And the way they'll do that is by pressing the community button. Now that doesn't do anything yet, but it will do in time. So let's say I wanted to make it global. Oh, I can't do that. And the reason why is because I've not filled in the rest of the information. If I want to upload it privately, I only need a bit of information. If I want to upload it globally, you have to have more information, because we can't have a situation where we've got thousands and thousands of quizzes in the community and no one has the ability to navigate them or find what they're looking for. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll add a key stage. It's key stage 3. It doesn't have an exam. I don't know. Let's say I'm part of the 5-year AQA plan. Let's say. But you could put none there. So key stage 3, normally you're going to put none because there is no exam board. But let's say I was part of the 5-year AQA plan. Who's the curriculum provider? Let's say I didn't decide to buy any of the approved AQA ones, and I just decided to do like the United Learning version. This is all invented. There is no such thing, but let's just say I'm going to assign that. Upload complete. So I can now view the questions. There we go. They're all here. Very nice. And in time, I'll be able to, I can search through them now already, but in time, I'll be able to edit them from here too. All right, let's go back to the dashboard. I'm now ready to create a class. So I've got my name list of students. That's over here. I've got 5 kids in this class. Names picked completely at random, of course. And again, the format has to be just like this. So you've got one tab, column first name, column last name, that's it. And you can either do the full last name or you can do just an initial, provided that they're unique. So if you've got 2 kids called David Jones in your class, one needs to be, you need to give them different names. So one could be David Jones, the other could be David J, and then you just have to tell the student which one they are. All right, so I'm ready to upload that now. So let's go for Year 8 quiz. There we go. Sorry, not Year 8 quiz. I'm on the name list, sorry. I know it says question bank. That's an error. We're going to fix that today. What's my title? Who's this class? They're Year 8. We'll call them the Year 8 rock stars. Subject science. We can add more fields to that drop in. So if you don't think your subject is there, we'll just add it. No problem. Just feed that back to us. Upload. Done. And I can view the class. And again, as before, if I wanted to, in due course, I'll be able to edit that. For the minute, it's just sorted it alphabetically. Archive means it's like delete, but it means that we'll still be able to get it back for you. So if you delete something by accident, then it's still there because we've archived it rather than actually deleting it. Right, back to my dashboard. I'm ready now to set a quiz. Create new quiz. What is the title of my quiz? So let's say I want it to be the Year 8 mini quiz I don't know, and I could do week 1, let's say. Right, what date do I want to set it? Well, nobody's in school yet, so let's say I'll set it for, I don't know, it's due in for the last day of the first week, right? So I'll put the 4th, that's the Friday. Which question bank do I want to use? I want to use the Year 8 Science quiz. So remember I had 2 question banks on my dashboard, so it's brought them up here. So I want the Year 8 one. All right, what topics from my Year 8 quiz? Oh, they're all here. So I've got cells, particles, energy, how science works. So let's say I want to set from the how science works bit. Okay, and I want to set 10 questions. Great. Now that gets grayed out because actually there aren't 10 questions in the how science works bit. So let's say I wanted to add another topic. I'll add the cells topic. And now I want to put, say, so now if I want to put 10, then that's fine. I'll actually just make it 5 for the sake of ease. And then I need to actually select the questions. So here it has all of those questions. It's got the how science works ones, and it's got the cells ones as well. And let's have a quick look. So let's say I wanted random questions. So if I press the select random questions, it will be 1, 2, where's the 3rd, 3, 4, and 5 over there. Let's say I didn't like those, I could hit random again, and it will give me different ones, different questions. Or let's say I didn't want to select the random questions, I wanted to select my own ones. So I could say, no, actually, I don't want that one, but I do want this one. I don't want that one, but I do want, say, this one. Okay, confirm selection. You see it's got a little thing up here. So if I add more, that goes red and I can't confirm it anymore. So if I want to change that, I go back. All right, so confirm selection. Revision mode here essentially gives the students access to flashcards. So if I want revision mode to be on, they'll have those questions as flashcards when they open up their screen. If I turn it off, then they won't have access to flashcards. So let's leave it on for the minute. I'm ready now to assign that. Oh, which class? Right, I don't want to do it for my Year 7 Superstars, let's do it for the Year 8s. And if I hadn't made a class, then I can just create them here. Create quiz. Quiz successfully created, and there it is. Now, how do I share that with my students? 3 dots over there. Let me just move my face out of the way. So I click the 3 dots, and I can create link, analyze results, and mark quiz. Now, analyze results, that's not available yet, but it will be within the next couple of weeks. Create link. I've just copied a URL. So let's say I'm a student. I'm now ready to log in. So teachers will then take that link and give it to a student, and they might put that in there on, if you've got a web platform they use for setting kids homework or whatever, but you give that link to the student. The kid then can go into the internet, and so I've gone incognito, so it doesn't save any of my things, and I'm going to go there, and here I am. Okay, so I'm now in my mini quiz area. It's the quiz by Mr. Boxer. It's Year 8 mini quiz week 1. Happy days. What's my first name? So let's say I was Teresa Green from that class. So I'll write Teresa and I'll just write G. Oh, that doesn't work because I didn't write the name in the same way that my teacher told me to write it. So let's try again. Teresa Green. Log in. Boom. Year 8 mini quiz, week 1 quiz by Mr. Boxer. So let's say I just want to revise for a bit. So here are my flashcards. Next card. Oh, Wi-Fi test import. Oh, I don't know that. Flashcard. There we go. It gives you the answer. Bum, 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 bum. And you can train your students how to use flashcards properly, because what you don't want is them just sitting there like this. You want them to be speaking out their answers. So you as a teacher will need to train them how to do that. Okay, but I'm ready. I'm ready now to do the quiz. So let's say I take the test. What is the function of a muscle cell? I think that was to contract. Let's see how I do. Why does food need to be digested? To make it easier to eat. What is the dependent variable? I know that one. That's the thing I measure. In a cell, what are the effects of a large surface area? I've got no idea, to be honest. Why are fair tests important? So it is a fair test. I know it sounds funny, but actually that's a lot of students will just write that. So, right, I'm ready. I'm done. Mark test. Okay, what is the function of, oh, I got that one right. Yeah! And it's an exact match, so the system will mark it. Next. Why does food need to be digested? To make it easier to eat or so it can be absorbed? So I wrote this and the computer is saying that that's the right answer. And it says, based on the correct answer, do you think you've answered this correctly? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's close enough, so I'm going to write it. Okay, what is the dependent variable? The thing I measure, the thing you measure, that's definitely right, no problem. Okay, in a cell with effects of a large surface area, no, well, I just didn't know it, so let's just leave that one. So it is oh, it turns out that that was definitely wrong. So yeah, I'll just write that was wrong. Okay, and now it just gives me this like screen where it gives me everything that I've done, and it's got a little I for the thing that I've marked manually. So for this one, it just says it's just done, it's right, it's finished. But this one, if I wanted to change my answer here, see, I could just change it if I wanted to. And it gives me a little score at the top with a little bar, and very pretty, very nice. Okay, exit. Now, if I wanted to, I can go back and see my results, or I could revise and do the test again. So if my teacher said, I will not be happy with you unless you get 80% or whatever, then I could go back, I could revise and do it again. I only get one more chance to do it. Okay, we're not giving you millions of opportunities, I only get one more chance. All right, and actually, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. I'm satisfied. I don't need to do any more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my teacher view over here. And I'm going to open this quiz and I'm going to press mark. Are you sure you want to begin marking? So once it's marked, the quiz gets locked, because what we don't want is for a teacher to start marking it and say to a kid, you know, you got 60%, it's really not good enough. And then the kid like goes home and changes all their answers and then says to the teacher the next day, oh, sir, I just checked last night, I didn't get 60%, I actually got 80%. And then you're like, that's just messing around. So it locks it in, it's done. So I'm ready to begin marking, it's now locked, none of the students can now do the quiz. Now down here will be all the students and their responses. So there would be 5 students who had done it, okay? But in this case, only 1 student's done it because I only entered answers for 1 student. And it puts the questions into the order in which they are in the quiz bank, not in the order which the students do them. Essentially, in your quiz bank, you've got them ordered like this. But what we do in the quiz is we shuffle them all up, and that's for different students as well. So that they can't like swap answers. They can't be like, oh, the answer to question 2 was X, the answer to question 3 was Y, because they're actually going to be shuffled between the students. It also helps so that they can't like just jot down the answers while they're doing it and then go back, do the quiz again, and then just copy and paste, because, you know, obviously they're still going to be able to cheat if they really, really want to, but it's about minimizing their opportunities to do so. So they wrote, so it's a fair test, and they marked it as wrong. I'm not changing that to correct because it's definitely wrong. They got that one right. There's no opportunity to change it because they got the exact correct answer. Now, here's an interesting one. So the question was, why does food need to be digested? And the correct answer was that it can be absorbed. They wrote to make it easier to eat, and they said that was right. But as a teacher, I'm telling you that's not right. Okay, it's not about making it easier to eat. It's about being absorbed. So I'm going to change that to incorrect, and then that turns and changes the bar. And I go next. Then they definitely got this one wrong because they wrote no idea. And then this one, they wrote the thing I measure, and the correct answer was the thing you measure. They marked it as right. I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm done. Like I said, in time, we'll be able to do more detailed analytics. Those don't exist yet, but they will do really, 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 really soon. So that's the product as it is so far. You can upload your question bank, you can do your class, you can do your quiz. And I'm personally really excited, and I'm looking forward to getting some really outstanding feedback from the early adopters so we can make this product even better.